सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्. We are meeting after a long vacation. Welcome to Arsha Vidya Tarangini Vedanta classes. We have completed first Shatkam, that is first 6 chapters, and today we are going to start the second Shatkam. The word Shatkam means that which contains 6. Like we see Panchakam. Panchakam means that which contains 5. Dasakam, that which contains 10. Ashtakam, that which contains 8. Now Shatkam, that which contains 6. So here we have the Shatkam, first Shatkam, second Shatkam, third Shatkam, or Prathama Shatkam, Madhyama Shatkam, Charama Shatkam. Bhagavad Gita contains 18 chapters, as you all know. It is divided into 6 chapters in each Shatkam. The first Shatkam contains 1 to 6 chapters. The second Shatkam contains 7 to 12th chapter. And the final Shatkam or third Shatkam contains 13 to 18 chapters. So the entire Bhagavad Gita can be understood as Shatkatrayam. So we'll try to see what is the Shatkam and what is the broad idea of each Shatkam. The Shatkam wise analysis is also done. Bhagavad Gita in each Shatkam teaches certain things. The subject matter of each Shatkam is different. You can see certain important topics which are highlighted in each Shatkam. If you study the Prathama Shatkam, you can find 3 topics which are very much highlighted there. I have mentioned it already, but I'll try to give you the recap. Similarly, the second Shatkam is having 3 prominent topics. The third Shatkam has also 3 prominent topics. What are the 3 topics within the Prathama Shatkam? The topics are: the first one, Jiva Swarupam, that is the nature of the individual. This was discussed almost in every chapter. In Prathama Shatkam, the second chapter, third chapter, fourth, the fifth, in all of them, the nature of the individual was discussed and pointed out that the individual is not the body. Individual is not even the mind. Individual is not the sense organs. The essential nature of individual is Chaitanyam, which is contained within the body-mind sense complex. Thus, the body and mind are presented as a container. The superficial cabinet, and within the body-mind cabinet, and within this body-mind cabinet is the real individual known as Satchidananda Atma. And this Satchidananda Atma was brilliantly discussed in second chapter from sloka number 11 up to 25. Like na jayate mriyate va kadachit. Like that, there are so many ideas which prevailed regarding the Jiva Swarupam in chapter 1. There are so many slokas which described the Jiva Swarupam or Atma Swarupam in the second chapter. Coming to the third chapter, the Panchakosa Viveka was done precisely. Indriyani paranyahuhu. Indriyebhyah param manaha. Manasastu parabuddhi. Yo buddhe parasastu saha. This is the 42nd sloka in chapter 3, which talks about the Panchakosha Vivekam. And in the fourth chapter, also the Chaitanya Atma was pointed out as Akarta Abhokta. The true nature of the individual is Akarta Abhokta. In fifth chapter, also, Navadvare Pure Dehi Naiva Kurvanna Karayan. The consciousness is the essential and the true nature of the individual, which does not do any action. So, the Satchidananda Atma, which is the Jiva Swarupam, was one of the important topics which was there throughout the Prathama Shatkam. That is the first 6 chapters. And the second prominent topic we can notice in the Prathama Shatkam is Karma Yoga. As a very important sadhana, a very important spiritual sadhana. In fact, the first stage of spiritual sadhana, the Karma Yoga, was talked about in the second chapter. The well-known sloka, Karmanye Vadikaraste Mafaleshu Kadachana. In this sloka, which is often quoted, which comes in the second chapter, the Karma Yoga was described. The entire third chapter was dedicated to the discussion of Karma Yoga. Similarly, the fourth and fifth, Brahmanyadaya karmani sangam tyaktva karotiha lipyate nasapapena padma patram ivambasaha. All beautiful Karma Yoga slokas we have discussed in these chapters. Chapter 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. And in the 5th chapter also, in fact, we discussed more about Karma Yoga. Now, it is your homework to trace out what are all the slokas that talk about the Karma Yoga in these chapters. And what are the Jiva Swarupa slokas in the first 6 chapters. So you may just quickly browse these chapters and point out these slokas. In the 6th chapter, also the very beginning was Karma Yoga. Anasrita karma phalam karyam karma karoti yaha sa sannyasi cha yogi cha na niragnin na cha kriyaha. And what was the definition of Karma Yoga? Proper action plus proper attitude is Karma Yoga. Or right action with the right attitude is Karma Yoga. So thus, the Karma Yoga occupies the second important topic in the Pradhama Shatkam. The Pradhama Shatkam consists of 1 to 6 chapters. The topic number 1 is Jiva Swarupam. Topic number 2 is Karma Yoga. Now we'll talk about the third topic, which was also highlighted in the first 6 chapters, which is the individual effort, the individual initiative, or tapping the free will, which is very, very important. Because there is a big misconception that the karma theory of Hinduism is fatalism. Many people have misunderstood the law of karma as fatalism, that our Purva karma has already decided our life. Everything is pre-written on the forehead. Lalata likita reka parimashtum na sakyate. Nobody can ever change that lalata likitam. That is the idea. Many people misinterpret Hinduism as a fatalistic religion. They go one step further and say that India is still lagging because of this fatalism. A very, very unfortunate accusation. All 4 Purusharthas like Dharma, Artha, Kama are destinations, which means goals chosen by human beings, not goals determined by God sitting above the clouds. So no God does the future plan for the individual. You have to choose your goal and work and accomplish. Krishna Paramatma emphatically says, Uddharet Atmanatmanam Atmanam Avasadayet Atmaiva Atmana Bandhuhu Atmaiva Atmana Ripuhu. So you have to lift yourself. You have to make your own effort and grow. The role of individual choice, effort, has been highlighted throughout the Prathama Shatkam. Even the well-known Karmanye Vadikaraste indicates the free will. Adhikara means what? Human right. You have to exercise your rights. and choose your course of action. If you have a right to choose action, certainly you are contributing to the result also. By choosing the action, you may not totally determine the result, but you are heavily contributing to the result. That's why we have the well-known saying like this: watch your thoughts, it will become your words and actions. Watch your words and actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. Therefore, the destiny is decided by character, which is decided by a habit, which is decided by your words and actions, and which are decided by your thoughts. Therefore, watch your thoughts and direct your thoughts. By directing your thoughts in the present, you are ultimately determining your destiny. Therefore, the third topic which is highlighted is the role of individual effort. In Sanskrit, it is called Purushartha or Purusha Prayatna. Thus, Jiva Swarupam, Karma Yoga, Purusha Prayatna are the three important topics which are highlighted in Prathama Shatkam, which we have just completed now. And now we will come to the second Shatkam, which we have to cover today. Just as the Jiva Swarupam was highlighted in the Prathama Shatkam, in the Madhyama Shatkam or second Shatkam, Ishwar Swarupam will be highlighted. The nature of God. While Jiva Swarupam is nothing but microcosm, Ishvara Swarupam represents the macrocosm. Jiva Swarupam is Vyashti, Ishvara Swarupam is Samashti. Therefore, throughout the 6 chapters, Krishna Paramatma talks about the definition of God, the nature of God, the function of God, the glory of God, all God only. Whereas the first 6 chapters, you do not find much of Ishvara. It is not totally absent. You can find here and there, but the emphasis is Jiva. With this background, if you go back and read the first 6 chapters, you will find that God is not much there at all. Whereas in the 7th chapter, right from the first verse, God dominates the teaching. Therefore, Ishvara Swarupam. While discussing Jiva Swarupam, we saw the container and contained aspect. The body, mind, sense complex is the container, the cabinet, but the essential Jiva is Satchidananda Atma, the content or contained. Similarly, for Ishvara also we have got 2 aspects. The container the superficial aspect of God, then the essential inner nature of God, Deha and Dehi, Sariram and Sariri, Anatma and Atma, just as Jiva as a mixture of Anatma and Atma, Ishvara is also a mixture of both, Saguna and Nirguna Swarupam, Jada Chetana Swarupam. We are going to see that in detail. I won't discuss now, because if I discuss now, there is nothing which I have to discuss further. The second topic is sadhana of upasana. In the Pradhama Shatkam, Karma Yoga sadhana was highlighted, whereas in the Madhyama Shatkam, the second Shatkam which we are going to learn now, the Upasana sadhana is highlighted. Upasana means meditation on God, Isvara Dhyanam. While Karma Yoga is Sarira Pradhanam, the physical body is very much active in Karma Yoga. In Upasana, it is more Mana Pradhanam. We are gradually moving from grosser instrument, that is the body, to the subtler instrument, that is mind. In Karma Yoga, you are heavily active, serving the society, contributing through Pancha Mahayajnas and the allied sevas. Whereas in Upasana, you learn to withdraw and focus within yourself. So Saguna Isvara Dhyanam, the Upasana, is the second topic in this Shatkam. Then what is the third topic? The third topic highlighted is the Isvara Kripa. It is the topic of the God's grace. God's grace is an important item or factor in the spiritual growth of an individual. Isvara Anugraha or Isvara Kripa is very important. While in the Prathama Shatkam, the highlight was upon individual effort. In the Madhyama Shatkam, Krishna gives a warning. Do not think by your effort only you can accomplish everything. Do not be arrogant. Be confident, but do not be overconfident. So, when we highlight the Purusha Prayatna, we say diffidence is not correct. Inferiority complex is not correct. Thinking that everything is God-driven is not correct. No inferiority. Neither overconfidence is also not correct. Everything is my effort. No God is also not correct. When a person has that attitude, he has to face the music of the world. If he thinks everything is his own effort, sometimes things are not in his favor. He has to face a lot of turmoil. So, success is like, a train moving uphill. When a train is moving uphill, we have two engines, one in the front and one at the end. Likewise, for the success of a human being, Purusha Pratna and God's Anugraha, Daivanugraham, both are important. So, in the Madhyama Shatkam, we have this Daivanugraham. That is why before every class we take up a Dhyana Sloka and acknowledge the presence of God and seek the grace of God. The purpose of Dhyana Sloka, even though I have put my sincere effort and I have successfully come to the class, if I should study continuously, undisturbed, I require the grace of God also. Therefore, Paramatma emphasizes Ishvara Anugraham. In fact, right from the first verse of the 7th chapter, the Ishvara Anugraha is highlighted. Saranagati, Prapatti, Ishvara Krupa. So this is the third topic in this Shatkam. Now the three topics, if you enumerate once again, in the Madhyama Shatkam or second Shatkam, Ishvara Swarupam, Ishvara Upasana, Ishvara Krupa. These are the three topics which are to be highlighted. So we will proceed to the sloka number 1. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Saktamanah Partha Yogam Yunjan Madashrayah Asamsayam Samagram Mam Yadha Jnasyasi Tatshrunu. He Partha, my Asaktamanaha Mat Ashrayaha Tvam Yogam Yunjan Mam Samagram Yatha Asamsayam Jnasyasi Tat Srunu. So, Paramatma is saying, taking refuge in me and practicing yoga with a mind which is totally absorbed in me. How you will come to me? Completely and doubtlessly. May you listen to this, O Arjuna. So the first verse is the introductory verse. Paramatma points out that what is the subject matter of the 7th chapter, as well as the chapters in the second Shatkam. That means up to 12th chapter. He says, Samagram Mam Jnasyasi. If you follow my teaching, the result will be Jnanam of my nature. Mam Jnasyasi. You will come to know me. So imparting my knowledge to you, my knowledge means what? Here Krishna represents God, Paramatma. Therefore, so here knowing me means knowing God. Ishvara Jnanam is twofold. Therefore, Krishna Paramatma says, Samagram Mam, you will know me completely. Because at a later stage, Paramatma is going to say, I have got higher nature as well as the lower nature. The lower nature is the visible form, Vyakta Rupam, like Rama Sariram, Krishna Sariram, which people worship as God. In fact, majority of devotees, when they think of God, they think only in a particular form. Krishna Paramatma says that the visible, tangible form known as Saguna Swarupam is only the lower nature, because it is subject to arrival and departure. It is subject to arrival on Janmashtami and departure with Swargarohanam. It is subject to a place, subject to a time. Paramatma calls it Apara Prakruti, Saguna Swarupam. Arjuna, I have got higher nature also, he says, which is my real nature. That is called Para Prakruti. All this he will detail it as we go further, as we progress further. I am going to give you the details when we come to the appropriate slokam. So, asamsayam jnasyasi. I will teach you thoroughly so that you don't have any doubt. Doubtless knowledge I am going to impart. So, may you understand this. But he says, but Paramatma expects certain minimum disciplines from the listener, from the bhakta. He's saying, I can do my job properly, I can teach you properly when you fulfill certain conditions. What are they? Maya sakta manaha. You should have desire to know me. If you do not have desire, you are going to get bored. So you will not, pay any attention. So all you need is, with an open mind, with an unfiltered mind, may you understand. You should not ratify your thoughts. You have to have an open mind. You have to listen in such a way that I don't know mode. In an I don't know mode, you have to sit and listen. If you think that I know everything, I want to ratify the Guru, then you don't learn. So, Bhagavan says you should have interest. You should have that enthusiasm to grasp the knowledge with curiosity, without filtering. Filtering means you have already formed some opinion. Only those things will go. The other things will vanish. So you should not do that. Whatever is taught, you have to take it with an open mind. If you are a seeker of moksha, you are a seeker of me, the Lord. Therefore, my asakta manaha, with a mind fixed upon me as your ultimate destination, you work, fixing your mind upon me, the Lord as the ultimate destination, you should work, which is called devotion or bhakti. Therefore, my asakta manaha, condition number 1, call for full conditions. So, then about the other destinations that we have, getting admission for children, getting married, working for grandchildren. Till now you worked for children, now you are working for grandchildren. Whatever it is, they are all the destinations, but they are incidental destinations, but not the ultimate. How do you take it? They are all incidental, not ultimate. When you fulfill a particular goal, certainly you will get peace of mind. But that peace of mind is not ultimate. The ultimate peace of mind is accomplishing the moksha or understanding the nature of God. Therefore, my asakta manaha, do not lose sight of the goal. Yogam yunjan. Yogam means all required sadhanas. Karma yoga is sadhana, upasana yoga is sadhana, sravanam as sadhana. Here, yoga means all required sadhanas. Depending upon your level, you have to do the sadhana. Therefore, yogam yunjan means put forth your effort. But at the same time, madashrayaha, that is a crucial expression. Madashrayaha means you have to take the grace of the Lord also. You have to seek my anugraha. Without my anugraha, you cannot do anything. One thing a devotee must know, he should never challenge God. Therefore, what do? Madashrayaha means take refuge in God. When a train is climbing, just now I told, when a train is climbing up a mountain, there are two engines, one in the front to pull, another one behind to push. Then only the train will go, because it is an uphill task. Similarly, for a spiritual growth, which is also an uphill task, we need the two engines. One is the human effort, the other one is the God's grace. So now, what are the three conditions? Number one, keep God as your destination, which means peace of mind, which means fulfillment of life, which means permanent security, which means independence. That is the very nature of God. So keep God as your goal, the goal number one. Number two, do what you have to do from your side. That is called self-effort. The final one, number three, always seek the grace of the Lord. If you are fulfilling all the three conditions, you are bound to reach your destination. You are bound to be successful. And know what? Samagram mam jnasyasi. You will certainly know me and attain me. Because the secret is, knowing itself is going to be attaining me. If you are fulfilling these conditions, you are bound to reach the destination. You are bound to be successful. Samagram mam jnasyasi means what? You will certainly know me and attain me. Because knowing itself is going to be attaining me. That is the secret of this knowledge. Knowing the Lord will be equivalent to attaining moksha. So when you know God, you know that God has never been away from me. But that is secret. We will separately explore that as you progress. You will know and attain God. Yadha jnasyasi tachrunu. That is going to be the topic. Therefore, carefully listen. Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshyamasheshatah yajñatva neha bhuyonyat jnatavyamavasishyate. Aham idam savijnanam jnanam te aseshataha vakshyami yat jnatva iha bhuyaha anyat jnatavyam na avasishyate. Aham aseshataha vakshyami. I will completely impart te to you idam jnanam. This jnanam, savijnanam, along with vijnanam. Yet jnatva, having learnt this knowledge, na anyat bhuyaha avasishyate jnatavyam. There is nothing else to be known. I shall completely impart to you this knowledge along with vijnanam, gaining which nothing more remains to be known in this life. So Paramatma says, Paramatma promises that he is going to teach jnanam as well as vijnanam. Now, you may wonder what is the difference between jnanam and vijnanam. We have already understood that Paramatma Swarupam is twofold. One is Saguna Swarupam, which is lower nature. Other one is Nirguna Swarupam, which is a higher nature. So the knowledge about the Saguna Swarupam is called Jnanam. The knowledge about the Nirguna Swarupam, which is higher nature, Paraprakriti, that is called Vijnanam. So Jnanam is about Aparaprakriti, Saguna Swarupam. Vijnanam is about Paraprakriti, that is Nirguna Swarupam. So both he will teach. Now, having understood thoroughly these two aspects of God, you will have nothing else to know. You understand the secret of this entire world. So, yajñatva neha bhuyo na jnatavyam avasishyate. There is nothing else you have to learn, nothing else you have to know. You understand the very secret. So, once you know the Swarupam of God, both in terms of Saguna Swarupa as well as Nirguna Swarupa, nothing else you have to know. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatataamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvataha. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit siddhaye yatati yatatam siddhanam api kaschit mam tattvataha veti. There are numerous people, numerous bhaktas who wants to get moksha, who are in search of God, who are always in bhakti. So, among such thousands of people, one and only one who is a rare person, he thinks of Bhagavat Prapti. He thinks of moksham. Others are into bhakti, but they are more into the Laukika Vishayas. They're more into samsara. They're more into mundane world. Their priority is not God. Only a rare person will have the priority as God, the priority as moksha. Of such rare people also, there are further rarer people, further few people who thinks of moksham. Because people are misguided. People are driven into wrong paths. Because they are not exposed to Shastra. Because they are not exposed to Veda. People get into meditation path. People get into karma path and think that that will give moksha. To go to Swargaloka, there are many paths. Karma Yoga, you can go to Swargaloka. Upasana Yoga, you can go to Swargaloka. To reach Swarga, you have many paths. But to get moksha, there is only one path, that is Jnanam. Jnana devatu kaivalyam. This majority of the people do not know. They think that moksha is going to a loka. Moksha can be attained here and now. Moksha is not a thing to be attained. Moksha is a thing to be known. Moksha is a thing to be owned up. Moksha is a state of shaking off all your wrong notions. This they can understand, this they can know only if they have mokshecha. Moksha icha, that means the moksha is my priority. I must get moksha in this janma, right now, here and now. So that kind of moksha icha, if a person has, then he is the right person to get moksha. Whereas the other people are like a person standing in front of the seashore, says that he will take bath once the waves stop. Waves do come one after the other, wave after wave. They do come. It will never stop. So, a person who has got mokshecha, in spite of all the mundane problems, in spite of all the mundane affairs, his top priority is moksham. Then Ishvara Jnana Ichha. He knows that the moksham can be attained only by the knowledge of Ishvara, only by the real swarupa of Ishvara. Ishvara Jnanateva mokshaha. So he wants to understand the real nature of Ishvara. So they are not into many types of margas which are different from Vedic knowledge. They are not into those paths which are different from the Vedic knowledge. So they go to Vedic knowledge. They want to seek the knowledge of Ishvara through Veda. Then the third one is they also understand that by self-study they cannot understand Ishvara. So they find out Srotriya Brahmanishta, they try to get the knowledge through Guru. Guru Shastra Upadesa Ichha. तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानम् ज्ञानिनः तत्त्वदर्शिनः. So, the slokas 1 to 3 gives the introduction of 7th chapter and also the introduction of the entire second shatkam. With this, we understood that first shatkam deals with three things: Jiva Swarupam, then Karma Yogam, Manava Prayatnam. The first shatkam deals with Tvampadartha Visleshana. The second shatkam deals with Ishvara Swarupam. Then it deals with Upasana Yogam. It deals with Ishvara Anugraham. The second shatkam deals with Tatpadartha Visleshana. We will learn more in the next class. Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudatyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.